pick up. Okay, railgun detail. We can close up. If you want to come to me, please, I will place you.
Moving Fortune, we don't know where you are.
You'll see me. I'm one of only 3 people wearing clothes.
Copy that.
So you'll see the pad light. If the furthest left-hand man can be in that light, and then go to the right from there.
Copy.
Facing so your shots will arc over the parade.
Understood. How's this placement?
Yeah, it looks fine. Face your relative direction to the left. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
Goes to Adrian.
Send it.
Can you confirm that your stream is not bugged for the recording?
It might be bugged on Discord. Recordings could have had that from Discord. I'll cancel it on here. Thank you for the info.
Trailblazer for Adrian.
Send it.
Can confirm as well. Stream was lagging on my end. Is that something local to your end?
Trailblazer, this is strict off. Just, it's okay. One person is good.
It's odd.
Gojo Fortune Discord.
Send.
Rear ranks, third person in from the right, doesn't have their helmet on.
T-Gray, do you mind putting the old helmet on, please? Thank you. Okay, gents that have just been dropped off, you can see the pattern. If you want to step to the right, there's 3 of you, so it should just be 1 more column. And whoever this is in the yellow, you go back and right 1 place. That's it. Nice. Okay, I think we're ready. Adrian, are you good to go?
Good to go.
1 sec. I'm just going to do a conditions check with the guys in the sky. All right, Adrian, just let me know when you're recording, please.
Recording.
Novarians, thank you very much for coming. I wish it was under better circumstances, but I appreciate a lot of you did know Tamadono and obviously wanted to give him a good send-off. And I also appreciate very much that many of you didn't know Tamadono and are here to pay your respects. It is appreciated. Tamadono, also known as Josh, joined the organization in late 23. Quickly, he picked up the ways of the org and seemed to thrive under these conditions. He was highly personable and got along with the people around him very quickly. He jumped into the 901st with both legs, initially applying to be a fighter pilot. However, his calling seemed to be on the ground. He joined the 111th Ground Squad, Spectre, back when it was led by Paladin, and he was a regular member. Turned up, did a good job, seemed to enjoy what he was doing, and as I said, highly personable and made the playing space that he was in a pleasure to be in. Very quickly, he took the role of fire team lead and was keen to give tactical insights as well as administrative insights as to how to run the squad. This was at quite a fledgling period for defense, and it was in a period of flux. Back then, we were lacking in fighter squadrons. I started the 131st Wraith Squadron for the 901st. And whilst he was very much a ground guy, he just took it upon himself to help and turn up to fighter pilot training, even though that he didn't need to. But in his own words, he just wanted to help. And that was very much a theme for Tamadono that I'll get onto later. Paladin, due to IRL reasons, had to leave Star Citizen and Nova. And Spectre was without a squad lead. Very quickly, he put his name forward and was like, I'll do it. Again, there's a theme forming of he will do whatever is necessary to strengthen the team that he's playing with. Indeed, he flew through the CIT program and all the hoops that the defense branch makes people go through, and he thrived. When he took over Spectre, he did extremely well. It was obvious at the time because he was the first squad lead that managed to get Spectre to defeat their sister squad, Legion, in a PvP match. And I'm sure many of the Legion members right now are wincing that I've said that. But he did, and that was quite a day. So his competency was strong. As he charged through, he had other commitments in real life that meant that the pace became a little bit much. He slowed down his attendance with the fighter squadron, and then eventually handed over control of Spectre to Bromidor, who now leads it. For a long time, Tamadono still attended and was still contributed with the ground team, Spectre. But he found that he had an additional calling somewhere else. Under Hacks, he joined the logistics combat element as a dropship pilot, and he developed a penchant for dropping bombs on people, which again, he was quite talented at. And unfortunately, that, as a summary, is where the story ends. A week ago, I was informed by Tamadono's son that he had suffered a surprise brain aneurysm and was lost to us. And it was a deep loss. I've given you a short history of his time with us in the organization, but now I will talk to you about what he was like as a person. Like, forget the game, it's just a game. He was kind, he was honest, and he was genuine. And those are some really difficult things to find, not just on the internet, but in real life. He was kind in such a way that he made the playing space that he was in a pleasure to be. The voice comms that he was in a pleasure to be. His contribution always added something to the group he was in. He was honest in that he was reliable. If he said something, he genuinely meant it. If he said he was going to do something, you know he was actually going to follow it through, which I'm sure many of you know is a very rare trait in today's world. And he was genuine. If he asked you a question, if he said something, you knew there was no ulterior motive. Now that was something I prized him for greatly. Just for insight, opinions, guidance, even if we're not even talking about game stuff, because you play with someone for a few years and genuinely they become your friend. He was a pleasure to talk to because he was such a genuine character. Tamadono's contribution to Nova, defense, and indeed the 901st was enormous. Consistent, and he was happy to go wherever he needed to be. For those who played with him, you knew that he was going to contribute, not just in the game, but in the dynamic of the people that he was playing with. A genuinely nice guy is hard to come by. A genuinely honest guy is hard to come by. And a genuinely integral person is hard to come by. And he had those in spades. There are a few people here who would like to say a few words of their own. So one by one, I'll invite you to come out, stand beside myself, and please just say whatever it is that's on your mind. Pedro, please.
Tamadono was one of those people who was always willing to help, and always a pleasure to be around. In the short time we all have, it's the connections we make and the memories we create that give our lives meaning. We were privileged that Tama chose to spend some of his time with us and to give us those memories. There's something those of us who were lucky enough to know him will always treasure, and through them, a part of him will always remain with us. Thank you, Tama. Rest easy.
Thank you, Pedro. Kagan.
Thank you, Admiral. Tamadono was my friend. We both joined the 901st in its infancy. We battled together as brothers. We both became FTLs around the same time. And when he assumed the role of squad lead, he asked me to be his ASL. Now, you've already heard a lot about Tama's authenticity, his honesty, integrity, and his willingness to help. But he had another side too. Tama was intensely competitive. He hated to lose. And we spent many a long night discussing how to improve the team, how to be more competitive. And I believe that much of the success of the 111th, and by extension the 901st, is a direct reflection of Tama's commitment. Tama was not perfect, nor was he a perfectionist. Rather, I think of him as an exceptionalist, for he strove to be exceptional at everything he did. Whether it was learning to fly in Star Citizen, playing the bass guitar, learning Japanese, or playing a shamisen, he worked hard at it, and he always succeeded. Tamadono? Josh, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. My friend, you will be missed, but we will meet again. Strength and honor. Thank you, Admiral.
Thank you very much, Kagan. Before we move on, is there anyone else who would like to say some words? Before we move on to the more ceremonial side of this, I just want to give you all a reminder. It is great to play with people here in Nova. We tend to attract a more mature audience, which is something I actually really like. And it's one of the key selling points to the org. Tamo is definitely one of these people. For each and every one of you here, I want you to balance yourself out. I want you to enjoy your time with us, but I also want you to look after yourselves in real life. Right? Accepted. Who am I to tell you that? Sure, 100%. But for what it's worth, I want you to. I will now move on to the more action-based part of this ceremony. We will now move on to the final roll call. Valkyrie Actual.
Valkyrie 1-1.
Lima Charlie.
Valkyrie 1-3.
Lima Charlie.
Valkyrie 2-1.
Lima Charlie.
Valkyrie 2-2.
Lima Charlie.
Banshee Actual.
Lima Charlie.
Banshee 1-2.
Lima Charlie.
Banshee 1-3.
Lima Charlie.
Banshee 1-4.
Lima Charlie.
Banshee 1-1. Banshee 1-1. Tamadono.
Firing party, shoulder, rails. Aim. Charge. Fire. Aim. Charge. Fire. Aim. Charge. Fire. Aim. Charge. Fire. Aim. Charge. Fire.
Okay, everyone. With taps, final roll call, railgun salute, missing pilot all complete. I would like you all to turn and face 90 degrees to your left to the parked Hercules you can see on the pad. Once you're facing Hercules, come to attention. Okay, everyone, just a reminder, you're supposed to be facing the Hercules that is parked on the pad just to the north. Emote to attention, please. Inside that Hercules, we have some of Tamadono's possessions. One set of Nova uniform to represent the organization. One set of GCE uniform to represent his time leading a squad. One set of logistics uniform representing the role he had before his untimely departure. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember. Valkyrie, dust, dust, dust. Okay, return to your original positions, please. It is customary in Nova, when one of us unfortunately leaves us, that they are given the role of Stardust. This role will be there forever, and it marks Nova's finest.
Recording ended.
Okay, everyone, thank you very much. That went surprisingly well. I promised you an hour and a half, and we got it done in an hour. And I wish the sun had